Well, as we all know, Memphis and Shelby County have been in the spotlight recently at the state capitol, from bills proposing solutions to the county's jail problem to ones calling for the state takeover of the MSCS school board. There's no shortage of issues up for debate. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman. Joining me now to weigh in on some of these issues is Shelby County Commissioner Erica Sugarmon. Commissioner, good to have you here at 3 o'clock. How have you been?
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. You sent out a letter today to the Shelby County delegation stating your opposition to the state takeover and instead supporting the bill to amend the Shelby County Charter. Why did you deem this really to be very necessary?
Well, I want to make it very clear. So the charter, we have a school charter, we have city charter, county charter. In it, it states, number one, the name, the boundaries, the structure, and the laws. And so we did everything in our power as commissioners, okay, when the school board acted recklessly in the way that they fired Dr. Fagans. Then, so we had a vote of no confidence, and I was one of the sponsors. Okay, so we did everything that's in our power, okay, because we could not require, we could only request. Right after that, then they decided that there was a charter school they were going to reinstate, and there's only 12 students. And so again, we are concerned about the way that they're allocating funds. And so then we decided as a commission, as a body, we voted to have a forensic audit because of what we're hearing in the public. We respond to the public as much as we can because within the confinement of the charter. And so having said that, now the state is taking what we did as a commission and taking a step further.
Let's talk about that just for a second here, because there's been a lot of debate about what the county commission did, the no confidence vote. Correct. When it comes to the MSCS school board. Some have said this has actually triggered the state takeover, and I know you want to add some clarification there about that.
What triggered everything was when in December we went to the school board and we asked them, please, think about what you're doing. Think about how you're allocating funds. And was all kinds of outcry from not only teachers, but as far as the public was concerned. Now, the intent was for the school board to rectify their position. They did not. They went forward. So having said that, now the state is talking about taking it over. So having said that, breaking news.
But what's the breaking news?
Okay. So I've been in conversation with individuals at the state. Okay, and I asked them, number one, first of all, we're a funding body, okay, not only does the state, but they're talking about replacing individuals or even having an oversight committee and not even including local elected officials.
But at the same time, though, Commissioner, was it right for the county commission to do what it did? And do you have any regrets about the no confidence vote?
No, I do not, because at the time I was in communication with Mark White. What we're trying to do was to listen to the people. The people wanted term limits for the school board, and they wanted a recall. So we asked the state to give us that ability by changing our charter, because we don't have that ability. Let me finish.
Yeah, but with that in mind, now where do we go from here? Is there an alternative plan that you're proposing that you'd like to see that maybe the state could look at that would also satisfy some of those who are opposed to the state takeover, as I know you are?
What we can do, what I'm hearing from people, is that if the county commission rescinds the no confidence, then that does not give the state the right. So I have to talk to legal to see if that is correct. Because yes, we don't want a state takeover, but we do also want to hold the school board members accountable.
Do you think that can be done? Do you think the county commission can do its job to hold another body accountable?
Okay.
Without the state coming in?
Okay, again, breaking news. We're trying to see how many votes we have. It takes 7 votes on the commission. If so, we can still have a special session. If that we rescind it, then that will not allow the state to put in place the oversight board, because again, it should be local controlled.
One last thing, do you think the state will listen? Have you had a chance to speak recently with Representative Mark White or Senator Brent Taylor or other state lawmakers?
Again, I sent out the email today, okay, and I have been in communication with people at the state, okay, and so we're trying to see what recourse we do have, because again, it takes 7 votes on the commission to rescind something that we voted on as a body.
Okay, Commissioner, I definitely want you back here at 3 o'clock so we can continue to discuss this issue and so many others that I know you have been involved in.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.